What's up, everybody? This is Lucci here, back from a hiatus, from a little hiatus. We're back here with Kenny Glick from at Hit the Bid Radio. It's been a while. Friday Fun Days here. Quite an interesting day. Obviously not on the indexes, but Kenny, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I don't understand why they would make a 3:45 meeting with Yellen on a Friday, that we were kind of like all sitting around waiting for something to happen.
You want to know why, though, right? Have you heard the Drake song? Have you heard the Drake song and I Love McConan, or whatever the hell it is?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Dude, ain't got no motherfucking time to party on the weekend. You got to bust it out 15 minutes before the weekend, man. That's it. She busted it out, man.
What did she say? There might be an interest rate hike this time?
Honestly, I didn't even look. I haven't even looked at anything. All I saw was the spike up and then the spike down and then just nonsense. So why don't we just go ahead and recap? I mean, it's been a while for me and you. A lot has happened here. Everybody who's watching out there on Twitter, leave us some comments here on Twitter. Also, you can use the chat room function here, so you can chat with us in the Hangout if you want to ask any questions, whatever it is. Dude, what's been going on with you, man? Have you been trading here? Did we talk about the Traders Expo at all? I feel like it's been a while since we got together.
I don't know. It's been that's like a month ago. That's a lifetime ago, right?
Yeah, man.
It's been actually, the stocks that I've been trading lately have been these dead cat stocks, garbage, real. I mean, the lowest rung of stocks. Walters, your Amrins, BlackBerry, for instance, today.
Yeah. What was the news there on that BlackBerry?
This was the deadest BlackBerry earnings day that I've seen in a long, long time. For the stock to in the 30-cent range, I don't know. I guess they reported decent enough numbers so the stock didn't get hammered, but it did nothing. It was trading. It was an algo trade going on, and they brought it down, and they brought it back up, and then it was done for the day. We kind of gambled on some 950 calls for a nickel that wound up expiring, worthless. But
right.
Yeah, but we had some fun with Walter. I mean, Cliff even BTU was going nuts. But what about you? I mean, I know you put on some size. It's been pretty hard to
Dude, I mean, I got stories for days here, man. I mean, if you take a look at Tesla back about a month ago, right? And, well, not even really a month ago, but before we had the first Janet Yellen-infused squeeze, which they took out the word patience, right? Or they put in the word patience or whatever. The algos picked it up, and we ripped 40 handles that day, right? SPY went to 211. Right. And on that day, right, I mean, I'm sure I had like 100 grand short Tesla, right? And I'm just getting squeezed to high heavens, right? Luckily, I had a couple hedges on. It wasn't that bad. And then all of a sudden here, they faded that whole rally. My Tesla gapped down on a downgrade and was back around like 196, 195. And I'm looking at it like, this is it right here. This is it right here. I got to pile the fuck in. And I couldn't find my balls, man. I mean, I made good money. I made good money on this, especially today and yesterday as well, this whole week. But dude, it's like once you get smoked that first time, there's that reminiscent, there's that feeling right there. It's just sitting there. It's just weighing you down, man. You think about it.
I kind of make it into a girl that you like. She likes the booty call. She calls you every once in a while, and you think, maybe this time it's going to be special. She's going to want to be, in your life, but she just disses you again. That's what it feels like. And eventually you're like, I'm not shorting this Tesla again. I ain't going near that girl again. She keeps letting me down. And then, of course, then she's telling all her friends how she wants to, she's in love with you, and you've dissed her, and now you missed it.
Exactly.
In the night. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy how that works. That's a good analogy, though, right there. So yeah, I've been short that Tesla. I've been pretty much short a lot of things, and it's crazy. Half of the Twitterverse here is still very aggressively long. Like I would say 80% of the people on Twitter are still very aggressive long, on the long side. And maybe now they're starting to get some doubts, but I still think, personally, there's tons of people pushed in on the long side that they just haven't shaken out yet. And I think things could get a little bit more ugly here before, if anything, if we do get this rally. I'm even questioning that, but I think there are some great names to fade out here. And that's what I've been doing. The problem is I was fading too early. I got that slam dunk in the face off that algo rip from yelling the first one, and then
Yeah.
I should have been knee deep again with even more money, and I didn't do it. So there's a couple of things that I got to work on as far as hedging and things like that. But there's been a lot of crazy activity. There has been a lot of crazy activity. The Intel today. I don't know. I don't even know what the news was on it. ALTR. There's a lot of crazy names. There was that guy that bought those UVXY puts out to, I think it was June maybe. He bought $9 puts.
No, even further out. He went out to, I think, January 12th.
He went out to January. He went out to January. So that's a big deal. You know what I mean? That's a big bet on a big rally here in the markets. I mean, I know you've been playing that UVXY too as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of taking the opposite view. Not that I think these are going up. I just don't want to buy puts on them. The volatility in the UVXY has been so great that the options going out to January 2016 are still big. There's a $200 call out there. I've been talking about this for weeks, maybe even the first day we even spoke, because that's when we started doing that trade. The UVXY is a product that is built to go to zero. If you look at it like I said, look at it like a 9-year chart, split adjusted, it was a $98,000 stock. And now it's at $15. It's down 99.5%. So it's built to just go to zero. But if the VIX stays flat, it still goes to zero. So what I've been doing is in October, somebody alerted me to these $200 calls. I was like, there's $200 calls on this thing? It's at $30. Why is there $200 calls? They were $9. So I was like, I'll take that bet. So I sold one just to see if it was real. I couldn't believe it. And this is very similar to what I did with the SRS. In 2007, when the market crashed, SRS was the real estate leveraged, bearish ETF, and it went nuts. And then when the market started to recover, it crashed, but there were still options out there, like 200-300 points away with bids. Yep. So I just kept selling them and just waiting for the money. So again, I started selling these at 9, then I sold some at 6, at 4, and now I sold a bunch at 250. Now they're at 80 cents. Why are they even worth 80 cents? I'm locking up a lot of money here, but to me, that's my Christmas present. So January comes expiration, those are all expiring worthless. I mean, hopefully when they go down to a nickel, I'll be able to buy them back, so I don't have to sit there waiting for those. I think they're going to be adjusted really, really soon, and anything over 150 is just going to have no bid soon. So I'm hitting them while I can, and that's just going to wait around for the money, and then we got the volatility in the market. So I went out, I got some decent money for some QQQ puts.
Okay, where did you go out to?
I went out to June, and I went out to. Oh wait, he wants me. Selling some puts on the QQ, and they better not go under 90.
Yo, this ain't Robin Hood Men in Tights, man. You know what I mean? This ain't back in the day shit, man. Shit.
I've been singing songs all day. No, I look at the Qs, and I would be, even on a 10% correction now, right? We're talking about 95. 90 was the lows in October. I don't see them going under 90. So I look at, let's say, what I sell today. I sold some Septembers, if you can believe this. September, where are they? I think they were like 85s for like $2.
Yeah. Guys, everybody who's watching in, feel free to chat in here. You guys have a chat function in the Hangout here, as well as interact on Twitter if you guys have any questions. Kenny, real quick here for the next couple of weeks. I mean, since it's been a while since we got together here. I mean, are you generally bearish here going into April, or are you starting to dip buy here? I feel like dip buyers are a little bit slower to move in now, especially on some of these large cap names that I've been watching, and the banks as well. Have you been watching these banks? This Bank of America looks like shit.
Yeah. My buddy loves the Bank of America, but it's just awful. No, I've a couple of days ago, after the Yellen meeting, and we got that spike, but the QQQ never broke a new high.
Right.
And then just this week, Monday and Tuesday, the market was up in the morning, closed week both days.
Right.
So I said this market's about to sell off, and then we got obviously Wednesday the big sell off.
Right.
And then yesterday's dip was bought. This is what I think we're in store for until further notice.
Right.
And I have
until another catalyst, you're saying, until whatever that catalyst is.
I've taken all my positions off. You know, really what I'm holding right now, I've got the 1350s on Alcoa going into the report for April 10th, which stink.
Right.
I got I got some QQQ puts, which I'll worry if we break back below Wednesday's lows, maybe a little bit of concern. But I'm really not holding any positions. I'm really just trying to. That's why today was kind of awful. Once you missed one or two trades, it was really nothing to do today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If anybody who was trading the indexes today or the ES or whatever, you guys were obviously smart to ditch out on the day. If you notice, like the SPY range was absolutely shit, and then yesterday we had the same SPY range as well. So whenever there's that big sharp down move, up move, or whatever, there's always going to be some kind of reaction. So we slow down a little bit. The question is, where do we go from here? And honestly, bro, like I want to fade the shit out of so many names here. I really do. But I'm like a little apprehensive because obviously, as you know, for the last 3 years, fading here and being heavy short too early has not come out. You haven't come out on top of anything here unless your timing is fucking impeccable.
Right. That's what we were looking to short. Well, we did short HLF today. But speaking of trying to be perfect, you need to be somewhat perfect if you're going to get short anything, because it seems like, just like it's hard to be short, but it's hard to be long at the same time right now because you're getting these whippy moves.
Yep.
And a lot of what I look at, the VWAPs are getting violated, and they're fading back. So my little squiggly lines aren't working too well right now. HLF was nice because I liked when it went parabolic at around 44.75.
Right.
And then it never broke that high. And then you could feel comfortable. All right, look, I'll put a short on. I'll use the high of the day as my out.
Right.
And just,
right. Usually too, when you have these names that are pumped up by something, like with this Herbalife, she squeezed from 42 to 49 the other day. And then, you're just kind of waiting. Like, if you want to short, you gotta wait for those spike ups where everybody just literally jumps over each other, and shorts just start covering very quickly. Buyers start hopping in, so you get this big volatility spike. That's where you gotta short. That's where you gotta short in this market. Baidu did the same thing off 202.5. I was short the piss out of this thing, hoping for it to dump through $200. Then we had the Janet Yellen surprise patience fest, and it went from 202.5 to 217 in 2 freaking days. You know what I mean? And that was right back here. And that was literally right back here. Tesla did the same thing too. Squeezed everybody to 205, and now what? We're looking at almost 180 on this fucking thing. And dude, I had 200 grand short this thing, man. I would have made a fucking mill, Kenny. I would have made a fucking mill, man.
Wow. I love the numbers that you talk about. We gotta start. I'm gonna come sit with you for a couple of days. Maybe I could get some of my balls back through osmosis or something. I trade. We were just gambling a little bit on BlackBerry. I'm buying 40 calls for $200 just for shits and giggles. But good thing I didn't go any bigger because it didn't work out. But
yeah, man.
It's the other day with the biotech sell-off, that got me out of that CLDX that I was milking there for a while. I wound up selling out of the FEYE. I still got that little guy MVIS left, but yeah, man, this it's a day like this. Actually more like yesterday was kind of a grind. The really knack to what we try to do here, guys, is on these days where there's really not much to do, you can't do things because you're bored, because that's when you get in trouble. And you lose money on a day like this, and it discourages you. So then if Monday's good, you're still in a bad mood from churning your own account, and you just I'm telling you, you don't want to do it. And then you have one of those beautiful days, like Thursday morning. That was yesterday morning, where we got the gap down.
Yep.
Reversals galore. So if you got punished on Wednesday because you did a couple of things wrong, it translates into you not wanting to do something the next day. But on a day like this, we didn't do much. We're keeping ready for a real move. But
yeah, I would say on top of that, I mean, for the options traders out there, you get a day like today in large cap world, there's nothing happening. So what you can do, I mean, again, obviously Kenny has a great point with being bored. I oftentimes will sling around shit and end up getting stuck in something, and then you try to work yourself out of it because you shouldn't have been in the first place. And I'll end up taking a 10 grand loser for what? For nothing, because I'm sitting here and I'm fucking bored. Which is very stupid. There's a lot of so you have to work on your own strategy, your own kind of, the reasons why you're making trades, just to stop some of these things from happening. But if you get a day like today, the best thing that you can do, especially if it's later on in the week, is to sell premium. I know a lot of you guys are unable to do that, or sometimes you guys might look at an option that's maybe 10 cents or 20 cents, and you'd be like, I'm too good for 20 cents. But that's bullshit. You ain't too good for 20 cents. You sell something that's out of the money for 10 cents or 20 cents, that's a freebie 20 cents right there on your options, Right. That is a freebie 20 cents right there on your options, and there's plenty of those opportunities. So you collect that up over the day, you got $1 here in premium that you just scraped from all these penny options that are going to go absolutely worthless. That's a good strategy right there. There's a lot of funds that base their whole livelihoods off that strategy right there, selling for time decay, for weekly options, or maybe 1 week out. If you have, let's say, a big directional move, selling far out of the money puts or calls, depending on where your stock is going, it's a good way to easily make some money instead of being like pigeonholed to the tape every single day and every single second looking at the bid and ask. It's a much easier way to guarantee or sort of ensure $1 of premium versus trying to buy an option for, let's say, $1 and sell it for $4. There's a lot of shit in between. So you're gonna buy that option at $1, it'll go to 2.5, then it'll go to 50 cents. And then it'll go to $4. What's the likelihood you're gonna hold through all that stuff?
Right.
You gotta think about this shit.
Oh, I love selling premium. Hey, look, I took an 8 cents today on the.
Dude, stop being a liar, man. You were in the office the other day yelling at me because I'm selling naked options everywhere.
For more than a day or so, you're putting your life at risk. You are. I sold. Want to hear my big trade today for $80? I sold 10. Yeah. I sold the 104.50 puts on the QQQ for 8 cents. Because I was like, all right, if we go back to 104.50, I'll buy 1,000 shares there. But chances are we're just going to sit around and do nothing today.
Exactly. So you sold those for 8 cents. So there you go. Yeah, there you go. And you do that, and again, you can scale. That strategy is very scalable. It's a lot more scalable. The problem is, and I will say this on record here because it happens to me all the time. If you're in like an illiquid name, and by the way, like Kenny's talking about the Qs is very liquid. His piddly 50 lot or even 100 lot, like nobody gives a shit about that. But if you're in a LinkedIn or you're in a Priceline or you're in something that, let's say, doesn't have a lot of volume traded on the day, then they're gunning for you. They will gun for you and make you get out of it because the stock itself is so illiquid, it's very easy to move that price. Especially on a LinkedIn. Fuck, I mean, I could go market 5,000 shares in LinkedIn and push the damn thing up myself, you know what I mean? And get it to hit a strike that you don't think is going to happen. So whatever you sold is going to rip 10 times on you. You're going to get scared. You're going to get the fuck out. That happened to me in Priceline one day, Kenny. I had a 50-cent option that I was so sure was going to go to nothing. It went to fucking $6, bro. It actually went to $18 and then closed at $6.
Jesus.
Can you imagine? Sitting in that shit, man?
Yeah, all to try to make 50 cents. It's crazy.
Exactly. So I'm over here trying to make 50 cents, and then all of a sudden I'm looking at a fucking loss of like 20 times that amount, which is disgusting.
Right. Yeah, that's why if the market was doing anything, usually Fridays I'm looking only to, give some. If something looks like it's decent, like FEYE, turned out it was a good out, but buying the $40 calls for a dime as it was trying to get up there, they go to 20 cents, you sell them at 20 cents, you made 100% of your money. I mean, a double's a double. Again, it would probably you got to risk what you can willing to lose if you got 4 hours left in the day and you're buying options. So you really can't go nuts. But one of these days, I mean, we're gonna have some. Earnings season's coming. We're gonna have earnings reversals. We're gonna have some more volatile Fridays, I'm sure, going into April. I gotta think back. one of the greatest trades on a Friday was when this is going a while back, but when Facebook priced their IPO. And
what was that IPO? Was that 40? It was 40 something, right?
Something, yeah, I think it was 38,
something
42, something
like
that.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, holy shit, they're pricing Facebook at that, and every internet stock just took off. And it was like Friday, and man, you could have bought options for a nickel and a dime that went to $5 all over the place. It was crazy. I'm waiting for that day to come back. But you know what keeps the juices flowing? These J Dust and J Nugs. These are nuts.
Man. So those are the gold miners, right?
Yeah, the miner bull, the miner bear. You know, we actually traded both today, just because. I mean,
everybody, all the big banks are talking about these gold miners are going to absolute shit, like they're going to nothing. I don't know. They were talking about some fundamental stuff. I didn't read into it, but they were saying, all these ETFs, this NUGT, and all these other mining stocks, or whatever, they're going to go to absolute shit. I don't know.
None of them look like good things to own. They're just for trades.
Yeah, there was a rotation. There was a nice little rotation into some of the materials, like that X and, like you were saying, your BTU and some of that stuff. So there was a nice little, for a while, once oil once oil finally bottomed and put in that decent move back up to like 51 a barrel. There was definitely some money that went towards that way, but then oil got smoked here, today for another 5%. So
no, I decided to hold. I'm still in the USO, but I caught it right at the bottom.
Yep.
I was thinking I was going to get 20 sooner than later, but now, right back to 17. But not a lot.
No doubt.
The story of oil as it goes on down. Do we even need this black gold anymore? I have my own guitar, so we've been singing all day.
It's quite an interesting life you have over there. And you know what? Let's lead into our closing topic here. I see you got the little Bob Marley and the Wailers hoodie on right there. Yeah. What else have you guys been doing over there? That's really the question.
I've been flasking it. Let's give it up. Yeah, you guys over at Sang Lucci, you really corrupted this guy right here. I haven't touched the green in 3 months since I met you guys.
Really?
I'm smoking things with all kinds of different names. We're in the space. I'm smoking space age polymers in a vaporizer. I don't even know what it is anymore.
All right, listen. I will be in the city again next month, man. So we got to get together. We got to plan some stuff, man.
Yeah, definitely, bro. And I know you're moving downtown, so it's gonna be a lot easier. Because when you had that Midtown office, it's just a pain in the balls because I'm downtown, then I go back uptown, then I got to go back downtown. So that's a nice area.
Because you take the path, right? You take the path to World Trade Center?
Well, no, now there's a couple of buses that run from my neighborhood, but they have one that goes right downtown, so that's the best one, But, man, definitely hanging out. But, we talked serious stuff on a Friday. Maybe we'll get a little kooky next week, but, who knows?
Yeah. We'll figure it out. I'm back, dude. I'm back. So we'll be back Mondays to do the guest spots, everybody, and Wednesdays again for Kenny and I to sort of wrap up the markets, and then Friday we'll have sort of a topic that we can kind of rant on, that we can kind of talk shit about. How me and Kenny like to do. So hopefully we might actually be in the office together next month as well, man. So Kenny, man, thanks for joining, and to your guitarist friend right there, maybe we should make him a regular, man. Maybe we should make him a regular.
He's gonna play us out. Ready? Okay, play us out.
He's gonna play us out. What is he doing? What's he doing?
All right, everybody.
This is the theme, the credits.
Okay. Yeah, wrap it up.
Yeah, he's got the silly face on though. You see, look at his face. Look at his face right now. He's got such a silly face on right now. All right, guys, take care, everybody, and we will see you on Monday for another episode of SLTV. Thank you, Kenny, for joining. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, man. Be good, everybody. Be lucky, and have a nice weekend.